everyone, I have another new book for you today. This one is called Una by Kelly DiPuccio, and you can find it on the new bookshelf in the library. Una was sweet and a little bit salty, like the ocean where she lived. She was also brave and curious, like most treasure hunters. When Una was a little baby, no bigger than a scallop, she chased a pearl into the mouth of a whale. Lucky for her, she popped right back out. As the years passed, Una found bigger treasure and even bigger trouble. It's a good thing she has Otto. Una rescued Otto from an oyster net when he was just a pup. She taught him tricks like sit, roll over, walrus, and her favorite, pufferfish. Can you puff out your cheeks like a pufferfish? Yeah, just like that. Una and Otto searched for treasure nearly every day. They uncovered keys and coins, buttons and bottles. Sometimes they even found lost gold. And sometimes lost glasses. But there was one special treasure Una could never quite reach: the crown. It was extra sparkly in a way that made Una's heart thump. But the crown was stuck deep in the rift, and not a pole or pail or the sticky stick of a snail could get it unstuck. Still, Una was determined. Her next plan was a good one. She'd knock the crown loose. Unfortunately, the current shifted, the lobster crate and rock drifted, and the squid, well, see for yourself. It's hard to say who was more surprised when the water cleared, Una or the shark. Her third plan most definitely would have worked if the crabs hadn't been so crabby and the waves hadn't been so wavy, and if that long ship plank hadn't bumped her in the head hard before the greedy rift grabbed it too. Poor Una, this was getting personal. She shouted into the pit, "You can keep your dumb crown. I quit." Generally speaking, mermaids are not quitters, but at this point, one could hardly blame her. Instead of looking for treasure with Otto, Una napped on the rocks with sea lions. She drew pictures in the sand with the starfish and read from her favorite glass bottles with her land friends. All of this would have been perfectly fine, except Una wasn't perfectly fine. Clearly, she was missing her spark. And a mermaid without her spark is like a seagull without an appetite. Unnatural. A seashell washed ashore. Una studied it thoughtfully. It gave her an idea. She got right to work. The next day, Una peered nervously into the drift. Why did it look so much deeper and scarier than she remembered? Otto pretended to be a narwhal, making Una laugh. Admittedly, the new treasure hunting goggles she'd invented were funny looking, but they were also her best shot at reaching the crown. She dove to the bottom of the murky rift. That's when Una noticed something she couldn't see from above. A bridge. A bridge made from a crate, a rock, and the very same plank that had plunked her on the head. And it led straight to the crown. But what was that rumbling sound? It grew louder and louder. The ocean floor shook and the water all around Una churned into a thick stew of swirling sand and sea creatures. She couldn't see. She felt trapped. Would the hungry rift gobble her up too? Through the commotion, Una could hear something else in the distance. It was faint, but comforting and familiar. The whales. Una sang along until the rumbling stopped and the water cleared. Finally, this was her chance. Una held her breath. Can you hold your breath? Ready, steady, aim. Blink. Hooray! We did it, Una cheered, placing the crown on her best friend. It really is beautiful, she gushed. But these, Una said excitedly, holding up her new goggles, these are spectacular. Otto agreed, because sometimes the best treasure in the world isn't found. It's made. The end. So our song for today, it's not a mermaid song, but it's an ocean song, and you might remember it from Storytime last summer when we had a fish story time. It's the Slippery Fish song. So you get your fish ready. Slippery fish, sliding in the water. Slippery fish, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no, he's been eaten by an octopus, squiggling in the water. An octopus, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no, he's been eaten by a great white shark, lurking in the water. A great white shark, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no, he's been eaten by humongous whale, spouting in the water. Humongous whale, gulp, gulp, gulp. Thanks for watching.